Good morning, Arsene. Can we start with your team news for tomorrow in comparison to the weekend? Anything changed?
Well, we have some question marks about Monreal, about Gibbs, about Chamberlain, and they have tests this morning. Everybody else looks to be available. We have, of course, as well, Koscielny, who just came back after a long time. We'll see how he responds this morning, and but that's basically it.
And with regard to the likes of...
And Chesney is still out.
How far is he away?
Maybe 3-4 days, end of the week. We don't know yet.
What about the likes of Debussy and Spina? How far are they?
Debussy is 1 week away.
From training?
From his training. Could he be involved next week? Certainly. Ospina as well, 1 week.
And how's Sanogo?
Sanogo is all right now.
Okay, so these you're getting close to getting quite a few players back.
Yes, especially defensively. You know, Debussy is not far, Ospina is not far, and of course Koscielny is back now. Let's hope that he will be back for a long period.
Victory over Dortmund, victory over West Brom, would victory over Southampton be the start of the run that you're trying to put together?
That's the target. We want to be competitive in every game, and we had just two very competitive games, and the team we face on Wednesday night is a team who is a good team. We started very well, and of course our target is to beat them.
And just finally, are Southampton a surprise to you, the way that they've started?
Compared to the exodus that happened last year at the end of the season, yes. But if you look well, analyse well their team, they have a stability defensively, and in midfield they have the same players than last year. So that should not be so surprising. And the strikers were both Mane, Pele, Tadic have integrated very well the system and have been very efficient. So they are very efficient going forward as well.
Hi Arsene. You mentioned Monreal and Gibbs. Is that going to be an issue for you in the fullback position?
Yeah.
If they're both. Have you thought about what you can do there?
Not yet. I'm still hoping that one of the two will be available.
You mentioned about the last two results. There's 2 clean sheets there as well. Do you feel that you're restoring a bit of momentum to your season now?
Look, that's what we want. Of course, defensive stability is very important for us. But you know, against Manchester United, the second goal of Manchester United was their first shot on target, was in the 82nd minute. So I think we have been quite stable recently, and that's what we want to continue. It's vital for us that we find our defensive stability that we had not since the start of the season.
You were able to field Giroud, Sanchez and Welbeck in the same team for the first time.
Yes.
Over the weekend. Are you seeing something special there brewing, perhaps?
Look, I wanted to see them together, but it was as well a target of the day, you know, to play like that. It will not happen in every game, but it's good to see that they can do it together.
You touched on Southampton and the start they've made. Do you think they're realistic top 4 contenders for this season?
If you look at the number of points and the number of games they played, you have to consider them, yes. If they can maintain the run, yes. But we'll know more about it in March.
They've got a lot of fixtures. Is this their test now, do you think, the next few weeks?
Yes, but you know that they had already a very good start. At Christmas last season, they were in a very strong position. And the fact that they could renew that shows that they have stability in their performances. And you have to consider the fact that they don't play in Europe, that they can prepare well for every single game, and that of course can be to their advantage.
Final one from me, Arsene. You talked about your players being very united over the weekend. Does it need everyone outside the club as well to be united as well?
Ideally, yes, but you know, the most important is that we are internally very united. What our job is to be competitive and to fight, and that's the way we can do our job, is only by being united. What we are creating, I think, something special inside the club, and but that has to come out through performances and games won. Our job is to win football games, and that's what we want to do, and that's the best way to unite everybody.
Arsene, how well has Ronald Koeman done in his first few months?
Very well.
What things have impressed you about his team?
It came without making too much noise and did the job.
He took over a team that lost some 3 or 4 key players, didn't he? How difficult for a manager is that to deal with?
It is difficult to get continuity in the performances, and but as well I think he got it right, because he came from Holland, and Tadic played in Holland, Pele played in Holland, Mane played in Austria, you know, so they were shrewd.
And where they are in the league at the moment is where you need to be, isn't it? So how big is this game for you?
It is a big game. It is an important game for us, but for us it's a game as well where we have an opportunity to show consistency in our results, and we want, of course, to do that.
Just ask a question about social media. Overnight, unwise comments, I suppose, on social media from Mario Balotelli. How difficult is it for Premier League clubs to police what their players do, Arsene, on social media?
Look, we can only warn them of the potential dangers, but you cannot control a player 24 hours a day. They have to be responsible enough and educated to control what they say. The danger of these social medias is that you can quickly not always imagine the consequences of what you say.
Arsene, Thierry Henry's been speaking this week about how he'd like to go into coaching when he finishes playing. Would you offer him a role here?
Look, Thierry Henry has come out, what I understand, that he wants to reflect for a while on how he wants to go into his next life. The only thing I would like to say today is that I made him start at the age of 17 in Monaco. He's today 37, so he had 20 years of competitive football, and that deserves a huge respect and congratulations, not only on what he has achieved, but as well on his attitude and on his exemplarity and his focus on football. And he has the right to reflect and think what he wants to do now. He's an Arsenal man, because the best moment certainly of his life and of his career has been experienced here, and certainly one day he will come back here. In what kind of role, I don't know. That's what he has to think about, what kind of direction he wants to give to his next life.
Do you think he could be a success as a coach? He's got those qualities.
Yes, all the qualities, because he's intelligent, committed, loves the game, and just to think, do I want to sacrifice all the rest of my life to be involved in that job?
Do you think maybe he needs to cut his teeth somewhere else first before he came here?
I don't know, not necessarily. I don't know. It's difficult to say that, you know.
Jim at the back.
Arsene, hello, sorry, back here today. Do you think he could still do a job as a player, Thierry?
Yes, but 37 today in the Premier League, I don't think he wants to do that again. He has given a lot. He's come out with an image that is fantastic. I'm not sure that he wants to play again in the Premier League.
If he was to say, I would like to carry on playing and he would be a free agent, he would obviously be someone you'd be interested to add to your squad.
Sorry?
If he said he wanted to carry on playing, he was a free agent and available?
I don't think he wants to carry on playing.
But if he did.
That's a virtual world.
Okay, Mark.
Arsene, obviously this period before Christmas, is it critical really for what dictates the rest of the season?
Yes, you know, before Christmas, what you want always to do is to make sure you are in a pot for the Champions League, and that you fight at the top of the league. At the moment, we have achieved the first target, but not the second one. So we have a battle in front of us to come back in there.
And obviously, you're saying about getting injuries back. The key now is not to get any more before this Christmas period.
Exactly. We suffered 2 bad injuries, with, especially defensively, with Koscielny and Debuchy both together, you know, and that was of course a handicap for a while, but hopefully now they are both back.
Southampton have a big injury in Morgan Schneiderlin. How badly will they miss him?
I don't know. I don't know if he's how bad his injury is, and but he's an important player there.
He's definitely out tomorrow, but whether it's long term. What about facing Ron Koeman? You've faced him a few times in managerial head-to-heads. How do you reflect on those meetings?
It's always tough, and certainly will be again tomorrow.
Okay, guys. Thank you for coming to the newspapers.